Hello, welcome to a new location with my gorgeous nondescript gray curtains and my gorgeous, very descript makeshift closet. As you can tell, I'm somewhere new. I have some new hair. I've dyed it myself. This is about, let's do the calculation. $7 Canadian or $5 US or $3.5 impacts or 3.5 pounds, I guess. They don't say dollars. I've been very integrated in the international conversion lately because I'm working internationally, and I now know how to calculate the price of things in all different currencies. But today I would like to talk to you about two clubbing experiences I've had in this new mystery location. I don't know why I keep it a secret. That seems unnecessary because let's just be a little mysterious. Let's keep some of them mystique. So multiple times, but the one time I went clubbing, this was New Year's. It was a harrowing experience because it was New Year's and people were getting in for free. So first we had already made plans at this rooftop bar for New Year's with our friends. So we do this until it's around 4. And then we move over to our secondary location, which is the club. And this club had sort of open door policy, I guess, for New Year's. They didn't need like a how would you say this? They didn't really have a sort of, no, okay. How should I, let's restart the story. So, I had a clubbing experience that went awry. What happened was that after we went to a rooftop bar on New Year's, we went to a club after that. So the club usually has, how would you say this? Like the entrance where you do your security check, and then you go in, and then there's like this place where you're supposed to scan the little QR code. This will probably give away where I am because some bars in some places, or some clubs in some places, do not do this. But here I am, sprinkling little clues in so you guys can be detectives and figure it out. Please don't figure it out. Or like, figure it out, but not in detail. Don't like go looking up where I am. Don't find my coordinates because that's weird. And I will freak out and start crying. So you're supposed to scan the QR code to go in sometimes. Sometimes you don't have to. I don't know what the policy is, but it was pretty much open door, basically. Like you just walk on in on that day, on New Year's. So we walk on in, get our little wristbands for the club from our promoter friends, and then we're in the club. We're in this place called Hush. Hush is not Hush. Hush is like always super crowded, like all the time, every day. I don't know if it's actually like that every day, but I'm extrapolating. And so we're in Hush, and we're in our friend group that we all, had come from the New Year's at the rooftop bar to the club, except for those who perished along the way. And by perished, I mean we're too drunk to go to the club and had to go home. So what we were doing is we were in our little circle when this happened, and basically it's crowded. We're sort of like jostled along as you are in a club, and there's someone behind one of my friends who's sort of like getting his elbows in her space. He's like sort of he's dancing with his elbows. He's really like, jabbing. And she starts like jabbing him back because, like, come on, be more conscious of your surroundings. Like, yeah, it's a club and we're sort of always in each other's space, but be a little, conscious. So what happens, I think maybe she jabs into his girlfriend or something. I'm not sure. I wasn't quite aware, but the next second, a drink is being thrown in my face, and I'm blinded because, well, I'm blindsided, and I'm also blinded because there's alcohol getting in your eyes. And so I have this drink thrown in my face, and now people are fighting. Or my friend specifically is fighting, not the friend who jabbed, but another friend who also had a drink thrown in her face, which I hadn't known at that point because I was blind. But I'm like wiping everything from my face, and I'm turning around and I'm like, who threw that drink? I'm in shock. I'm like, who threw that drink? But I had my hands to myself. I was just yelling. I was so mad. But I wasn't like throwing hands or anything. Because, y'all, I don't know how to fight. Like, if it came down to it, I would not win in a fight. If you've seen me, like, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm also not a lover because your girl is single. What happened is that I got one drink thrown in my face, and then I'm yelling at them, and I was like, who threw that? Who threw that? The girl who probably threw the drink is hiding behind the boyfriend, and the boyfriend's just like, calm down, or something like that. And now at this part, I'm also sort of unaware of what's happening. It's commotion. So my other friend, my third friend number 3 now, he's staying there. He's watching this happen. He is not helping because he is just a lump. No, he's not a lump, but he's not confrontational. So he's standing there and he's watching this happen. He tells me later that another guy is trying to like separate the fight. They're like, stop fighting, and trying to break up the fight. And then in his hand, surreptitiously, he tosses another drink, second drink in my face. Also gets in my eyes, so I'm blinded again. I'm like, I literally just got a drink thrown in my face. Where did the second drink come from? I'm mad, I'm spitting, I'm furious. Also my friend number 2, not the friend with the elbow guy, but friend number 2 who got a drink thrown at her, is like, I see her now, she's like trying to fight, and I'm just yelling. At this point, my hands have not gone up. Maybe they have, but I haven't hit anyone. But next thing I know, the security guys are coming towards me, and they start pulling me away, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, he threw a drink in my face. Like, the first one was trying to drag me by like the wrist, and I was like trying to pull away because I'm like, no, he threw a drink at me, what are you doing? And so the second one sort of like ushering me out, and she's like, no, don't touch her, it's okay, just lead her out. And I was like, still trying to tell them that, I got a drink thrown at me, and I was mad. I was so mad, because why am I being led out of the club? Like, at this point, I thought they were doing this to, like, understand the situation. I didn't think that they thought I was the instigator, but I get led into the security room with all the cameras, and then I'm in there trying to explain the situation to them, with my accented language that I was speaking, in this mystery place. Why am I keeping this a secret? It's Shanghai. It's not that special, but I'm in this room. I'm speaking in accented Mandarin, trying to explain. Like, this drink was thrown in my face. You know, they were the instigators, not me. Why aren't they being let out? Why am I being let out? And they're like, it's okay, calm down, it's New Year's, just, you know, let it go, be happy, whatever, because they don't want to deal with the actual instigator, because I'm smaller in size. I'm easier to, like, I guess, bully, if you want to see it that way. And they're like, this is a foreigner, so, you know, it's easier to deal with than to actually have someone, you know, maybe complain, like a local complain about Hush, or complain about their security team or whatever. So I was there, and then my friend gets pulled in, who just stood there like a lump, and he he says he's filming on TikTok, and he's like, guys, I just got pulled into security. I don't know what's going on, and he gets sent down. And then what happens is that I think what happens next is, okay, I don't get offered the drink yet, but a third friend, a local friend, gets pulled in. He's from Shanghai. So he also starts arguing for me. He's just like, look, we have a foreigner visiting, you know, what kind of service is this? Coming all the way from overseas, and this is the service we get. And basically, we come to an agreement that, you know, I won't complain, I won't say anything, I'll no gifts, free drinks. And at this point, I'm like, I'm furious at this point, because, like, I got 2 drinks thrown in my face, and you're, like, not going to persecute. You're not gonna, like, at least confront the person responsible for this. You're going to instead offer me free drinks to get me to drop it, to, you know, like, smooth things over, lest I make a complaint, lest I make a big deal. I was so mad. I was like, this is an injustice, okay? But I was, like, there with my friends, so I'm like, if you guys want free drinks, you guys get free drinks. I will not be having them. And then I was just, I said something kind of problematic, because obviously it's not, but I was like, it's blood money, I'm not taking the blood money, but, like, if you guys want free drinks, go ahead. What's the word? I won't be like a party pooper. I won't be a party pooper, but, like, I'm not taking the drink at this point. I don't even want a drink. I want to sober up and find who is responsible. And so we're out there getting the free drinks, and start walking back towards the club, trying to, like, you know, okay, I'm gonna find out who threw the drink in my face. And then I realized that I was just, like, seething. I was like, this is not smart. I'm too angry to be doing this. So you know what? I'm gonna reconvene. I'm gonna go back. I'm like, what am I doing? Am I, like, if I do find out who threw a drink, what do I do next? Like, what's the course of action here? So I go back and reconvene with my friends, and that's when the whole story comes out of my first friend number 1, you know, sort of pushing back the guy with the elbows, and then the drink getting thrown, and then my second friend, who got the drink thrown, that I didn't know about, and all that story comes out, and I'm like, we're all wet. We're still, like, her hair got soaked, you know, all my things were wet. It was just like, I was so mad, and I continued to be mad about it, because, like, I guess because I'm just smaller in size, I'm like, okay, we can safely, or we can easily manage the situation if we remove the smallest one, and we sort of bully her into accepting the fact that, you know, she's not going to get justice or compensation in any, you know, meaningful way for getting 2 drinks thrown at her, because she's small, she's so tiny. What can she do, you know? And it really pisses me off. But what was I to do, really? So that's the first story. The second story is less fraught. So the first one was when I got into a fight. The second one is more like something could have happened, but it didn't. So what happened was that we were at Hush again, and these things always happen at Hush. So maybe no more Hush for me. Maybe I should be loud. Maybe no more Hush, maybe loud. So we're at Hush again, and what's happening is we're in front of the DJ, like right by the DJ. So we're up front, and these guys sort of end up like maneuvering their way around us in front to get in front of us and sort of form a little circle around me and my friends. There were, I believe, 4 of us in total that day. It wasn't a lot of people, but we had sort of our little circle again, and then they were sort of in that circle now because they had pushed their way up to their front. And the one guy who honestly wasn't even that good looking, I was also drunk, so I wasn't really seeing his face. Also, it's a club. You don't get good lighting in there. You don't know what anyone really looks like. So we're there, and I'm drunk, and I'm like dancing, and this guy sort of starts, he's not dancing on me, but we're sort of dancing together. I'm like hype. I just want to sing with someone, you know, and he's like right there. I could be singing with anyone. But he's right there, sort of singing each other, and then at one point, for whatever reason, we start like holding hands, like his hands like up here, and I put my hand in his, and we're dancing, and it's fun, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be making up with this guy, I'm not even gonna be doing anything with this guy, but I'm having fun, you know. And I know it's so scandalous, we held hands in the club. What would your parents say? But it was nothing really happened. And my friends, who were like very confused as to how we got surrounded by this, you know, circle of Chinese men, they were like, okay. But one of my friends was like checking with me, like, you know, if I want to be there, right? And so I was about to answer with like a gesture, because I was like, I don't want this to go any further, but I'm not having a bad time, you know. And then his friend, who was sort of behind me, so I was sandwiched in between these two guys, and I was like, this feels like it could go badly, but because my friends are there, I'm feeling okay at this point. Like, I'm, like, my guard is up, but I'm still dancing. So the guy behind me sees me doing this, like I'm sort of trying to reach out to her, and then he sort of, like, moves my hand back down. And that was the moment I was like, this is not happening, I need to get out of here. So when our friends were like, we should go to a different club, I was like, yes, let's go. And then we leave, nothing happens, everything is good. But it was just like moments of people being shitty in clubs, and I guess that's what happens. But I don't know, like, why do men do that? Like, it's like, okay, you're gonna strategically place yourself amongst a group of girls. You're gonna dance with one of them, but your friend's gonna make sure that she can't, you know, leave if she's feeling uncomfortable from behind. Like, what is this? Like, stop. Don't do that. Just be normal about it, you know? And, like, I was having fun dancing with him, you know? So, I don't know why you had to pull the whole, like, hand sort of, like, controlling gesture, like, you know, you can't leave because my man's about to get with you or something. It's just, it's gross. It's gross, and it's controlling, and it was not, probably what you wanted for me to leave. So, think about that. Like, did you get what you wanted? Probably not. I mean, in the end, maybe at the end of the night, they probably found someone. But if I was like a little bit drunker, or if my friends weren't there, anything could have happened. And that's just, I don't know, what happened to like clubbing courtesy, where you're in a club and you have courtesy and you're not there to prey on women, which unfortunately is sort of bound to happen because people prey on women everywhere. But especially when you're like, I don't know, it makes me mad. It makes me mad. Anyways, those are my 2 clubbing stories. And yeah, that's all I have for now. If anything awful happens to me at Hush again, I will have an update. But I was gonna post a review of the Pocky collaboration with the most famous British transphobe, but I figured that was not great to be doing it, even if I had made my stance clear on, how I feel about J.K. Rowling. I think it's better for everyone if there's no, more, like, even if it's, like, preceded by, like, a disclaimer about how I don't agree with her transphobia and everything, we don't need more promotion of her IP in the world. It's everywhere. It's pervasive. And, having that pervasiveness gives her more money eventually, even if these things aren't, official collaborations. They're still bringing eyes to her IP, which in turn gives her more social power and monetary gain to use against trans people and to fund anti-trans initiatives, that kill trans people. So I am not going to be doing that, and the product actually didn't taste good. So that's what I've been doing, and I hope you all have been doing well in your own mystery locations. If you want to reveal them, please don't. I don't care, and it's safer for you to not tell me. Online, anything is possible. You could be anywhere in the world, and I would like to imagine that you are. Okay, see you whenever. Bye.